Okay, so once it's dry, you actually are going to cut strips and just a basic pair of scissors. And they're probably about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. It really doesn't matter because you're going to be layering these on our cake. Now you could do this way ahead of time because it's kind of time consuming. I did it in front of the TV last night. But I just cut a whole bunch of these and then I went ahead. I actually did them in pink because I'm doing a pink owl. And then I went ahead and I stack cut them. So I stacked 3 of these sheets together to cut them out into strips and then stack a couple of them together, and you can cut them just part way up in small pieces like this. It cuts really easy, just like regular paper. It will rip easier than paper though, so be careful, don't manhandle it too much. Okay, so you want to cut that all the way across. I guess I need to cut it all the way across because I have to show you how to do the next step. So we'll just notice I'm not cutting all the way up, just need a good 3/4 of an inch or so. Okay, after you do that, rice paper is extremely, wafer paper, it's extremely versatile, and you can curl it and manipulate it. It's, as you can see, it's pretty, flimsy, but if you, are too rough with it, you will tear it. It's not a big deal because you have 100 sheets to work with. But what I did next is I actually, did a few at a time, but you can use a toothpick or a pencil or a paintbrush or anything that's got a small diameter, you got a bamboo skewer, anything that's got a small diameter. And I started in the middle because it was easier, and I actually took it, okay, right on the edge here. See if I can see that right there, and pressed and rolled, okay, and it curls it.
Cool.
Did everyone see that all right?
Yeah.
You're going to see me do it 1,000,000 more times because I have to finish this whole strip. So I just put my finger, I just pulled it up and then just rolled with that. And you can, you can get a smaller diameter, use a toothpick or whatever, and you can roll it even smaller and make it even curlier, really, really curl it up, just roll around with it. But I didn't need it that small, so just keep it in front of you, and I just took a few at a time and I just curled and rolled. And there's a reason why I started in the middle and went out, because it was easier with this long thing to do it that way. If a couple of them rip off, don't worry about it. You've got a whole bunch of these that are going to overlap each other and you're not going to notice unless you take a big giant chunk out. See, I can just take it with my hands like this and just frill it. And this is what we want. Long strips like this. This is what's on a real piñata, just long strips of, actually I think they fold theirs over and cut it in loops, but this is my piñata, so I'll do it my way. Okay, so you saw that? Was that exciting?
Yep. Is it up here or is it somewhere else?
Okay. What I also have, if you happen to have a couple paper punches, I have, if you had like a leaf one, that would be perfect for feathers for an owl. And what you can do is you can actually pop it in here and, oh, I guess you got to take this thing out. And I don't know if you can see that. So if you have a, see, they're little hearts. This is just a heart one, but if you have a leaf one, and so you can make tons of, if I had a bigger, they have big leaf ones, and then you can do that. And you can curl those too. Just put the toothpick on it and roll it and it'll curl. But those are like little hearts. That's what I did with that. Okay. And I know, certain cake manufacturers have tons of those punchy things, so those would work. The other thing I had to do is I actually needed a beak and I needed eyes. So what I did is I took the paper and I actually drew on it. So I used this giant, this is one of those ISO tips. It's the 127D, oh, this is a 127D, sorry. The ISO tip would have worked too. But you just put that on here and I drew around it. I don't know if you can see. Okay, and then for this, this is for his eyes, they have big eyes. And then for his pupils, I used this guy and I just traced around. Any cake decorating tip would have worked for that. This fits, standard cake tips. And again, it depends on the size of your owl.